In this video, I visited the largest city in the whole of West Africa, Ibadan. And right in the heart of the ancient city lies an hidden gem. A place where Nigeria's rich past history still lives and breathes. The National Museum of Unity, Ibadan. So welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be exploring the National Museum of Unity, Ibadan. We'll be looking at the artifacts they have here, we'll be looking at their gallery, we'll be looking at everything they have in store. So join me as I explore. National Museum of Unity sits quietly along Aleshileye Road in Dugbe, right in the city center of Ibadan, the largest city in West Africa. Originally created to promote national integration after the Nigerian Civil War, the museum houses artifacts from different ethnic groups, celebrating the rich cultural diversity. From ancient relics to modern historical pieces, this museum preserves stories that remind us of our shared history and the unity that holds us together as a nation.
Okay, you're welcome to National Commission for Museum and Monuments, Ibadan. This is called the Unity Museum. Here are we in this important edifice that hails or harbors the house of the former late Akintola, Samuel Akintola, who was a lawyer. He was also a journalist and a prominent politician. He played a very vital role in the independence of Nigeria. So here is the car in which he rode, and like they say, and it still is, this car was a bulletproof car that he rode on, and we have it here at the National Museum.
My name is Pamela Otuka. I'm the curator of National Museum of Unity, Aleshileye, Ibadan, and the zonal head of Southwest Museums. Here in our gallery, we have an exhibition called Our Cultural Heritage in Retrospect. And because Nigeria is endowed with unique cultures from different ethnic groups, we have here at the National Museum of Unity objects, artifacts that has to do with our culture and our heritage. Here we have the Queen Idia. Oh, beautiful. This is one of the heads that have been well talked about all over because of the role she played in the throne of her dear son. She did everything possible. She used her mystical power to make her son to win wars. You know, those days, the Oba is not allowed to see the mother. Immediately they ascend the throne. But the Oba kept her, and she used her mystical power to make sure that he succeeded. And then he had to open up to everyone to say, look, my mother is alive. And since then, they stopped the killing of queen mothers. This is the crescent bowl. It's an Igbo object discovered, from Anambra State. And this bowl, this Igbo is an object that was excavated. You know, those days, it was believed that when someone died, especially a king, it is believed that that king must go to the other world with ornaments, with even live servants to take care of his needs when he passed. And so this is one of the objects that was excavated in one of the tomb of a prominent chief in Anambra State. Here we have Ikenga. We have the personal Ikenga and we have the community Ikenga. The one at the back here is the personal Ikenga, while the one in front is the community Ikenga. The Ikenga is the god of the strength hand according to the Igbos. You know, the Igbos, they are very enterprising and they believe in the god of the right hand. They believe that their right hand can fetch them words. And so they are being encouraged to use their right hand to do exploits. And so here we have the personal Ikenga and the community Ikenga. The beautiful thing about this Ikenga is that when the individual dies, it is buried along with the person. Nigeria in those days, there were no means of exchange except through trade by barter. You bring yam, I bring my beans, I bring gari, you bring maybe another thing for us to exchange. But as time goes on, we started, Nigeria started evolving, and we started by using cowries. And when we started using cowries, that was when people could see physical means of exchange. And those days, for us to keep our savings, we have what they call kolo. Kolo is what the English call the pig box, where they keep their savings. And it is encouraged, we encourage children to keep their savings there. Usually the treasury box. The treasury box is called akpoti olowe in those days. And it's still called Apoti till now, because this is where you keep what they call bottom box. If you have the best of the best, you have to hide it in this treasury box. Apart from keeping money here, they also keep their jewelries, they keep the best of their clothing, and anything that they cherish much is being kept here. Nigerians are a group of people often distinguished by shared values, similar ethnic heritage, common religion, and cultural practices. And that's why you see us here having this musical instrument. Everybody all over the world love music. And so Nigeria is not an exception. And here we have to put our objects that has to do with music. Music is such that it is also spiritual. Music is such that even when you don't want to dance, it is a common ground that has united a lot of people. Like what happened today, when the Hausas were playing, a lot of people were cheering them up. They love what they did. The Igbos also and the Yorubas. Even when you do not understand the language, the rhythm will make you want to move your body to the music. And so here we have different drums, we have different tom jitters, we have the kakaki, we have the double gong, we have the flute. All these, when put together, produce a good rhythm that will make you to want to move your body. And of course, the Yorubas have a lot of drums, different drums, that the talking drum, the single-headed drum, you know, all these drums, when you look at it, they help to produce good music. Everyone gives birth. And so, if you take a look at this nursing mother, you will see how well-dressed. She's well-dressed. And she with her baby on her laps where she's breastfeeding her baby. If you take a good look at it, even the baby is also well-dressed. Those days, we do take care of our children. Even when you are breastfeeding, even when you are a nursing mother, you still want to take good care of yourself. Just like the way it is being portrayed by this nursing mother from Igbo land. The most notable is the jigida on her waist. The Igbos love jigida because it helps them to shape their waist. And that's why she's wearing one. And if you take a look at this, also, the baby is also wearing beads. This particular hairstyle is for aesthetic value, okay? It's just for people to appreciate how it is. But if you take a look at these hairstyles are hairstyles then. They are not just hairstyles, they are a means of communication for people. For instance, you see patewo. If you see patewo, you will also see onile gogoro. You will see koroba. You will see runabout. You know, those days, you will see pineapple, you will see eco bridge. Those days, because of limited education or because of a lot of people were not able to get access to classrooms, we were having our own way to communicate with people. Once you look at this, you say, oh, this is patewo, you know what it means, you know. So sometimes even those days Nigerians were polygamous by nature. And so you see a lot of women also doing some of these hairstyles to kind of get the attention of their husband, even when it's not time for them to visit the other room. In Nigeria, we wear masks. I've told you earlier that there is no how we do any of our festivals, ceremonies, that we will not come out, the masquerade will not come out. Because masquerade, according to Yorubas, they call them Alejo Orun, Ara Orun, Abi? Ara Orun, yes. That they came from heaven to come and give message to the people. And so you will see these are different head masks from different, these are different head masks from different ethnic groups in Nigeria. This particular water spirit headdress is from Ijo land. And when you see, anytime you see this type of headdress, you will see that whatever they wash, whatever is in the water is what is being depicted on it. And so you will see crocodile, you will see snake, you will see any of the water animals is being depicted on it. This is Ekpa. The Ekpa headdress is for ceremonial purposes. There are a lot of myths surrounding Ekpa, but I know that it's from Ekiti State and it's being celebrated every August. This is Olojufoforo. Because of this, You know, Yorubas, they are quite unique in their ways. They know how to, give a name. You can see just because of the way it is being pierced, it is called Olojufofo. It's for ceremonial purposes, also for agricultural fertility. Male and female masquerade costumes, these ones are called Agbogoma. Agbogoma is from Igbo land. The beautiful thing about this Agbogoma is the nose. Very, very attractive, very fine, just like that of a white man. The nose are quite pointed, and they are not scary at all. If you see it, you will want to look at it because it's not scary at all. And of course, this is another one, from Igbo land. You can see that it's not scary at all. See the point. And this particular one is from Yoruba land. This is Ekpe. This is Ekpe, and it comes out during the installation or coronation of Obong of Calabar. And of course, this is a costume, or that is being a masquerade costume that is from Gwari in Abuja. Those days, when you use, this is what we were using. But now, after a while, a lot of people were not using it anymore. They see it as something that is now outdated. But because of the way things are, a lot of sicknesses are coming up, and people are going back to using the coal pot, and they are also going back using the clay pot. So this is coming back now. I see people advertising this now for you to buy, and you can keep it in your kitchen. It's very good. You can just put the charcoal, and then it will cook, your food will cook right on time. And of course, the beautiful thing about it is that once you use the clay pot to cook, your soup does not get to sour. It doesn't get sour. Okay, and these are leaded perforated pitchers that you can also use for, they use it for Iru, or you can just put it in your kitchen and put the fish. The smoke from the kitchen, or the heat from the kitchen that goes into it, will not make your meat or your fish to get dry. We were drinking cold water. There was no refrigerator, there were no dispensers, but we were still drinking cold water. And the water is being kept in this ammo. And then in the ammo, people were asking, how is it covered? Because it is open. Of course, we usually use a very flat tray to cover it, and there is always a cup on it. That cup is what you use to take the water from the ammo and put into your own cup. It is a taboo for you to use the cup on it, for you to put it in your mouth. It is not done those days. It is a taboo. Of course, when you do that, when you are discovered, you'll be well beaten. When a child grows up and the child wants to learn a vocation, you will see that either you take the child to the person that wants to teach him or her trade, or a vocation, or they will learn from their parents. Most of what we are going to see here is being passed from generation to generation. Mr. Ade, here, my dear colleague, is going to take over from me.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to welcome you to National Museum of Unity. The indigenous technology, this blacksmith, Yoruba call him Baba Lagbede. He look at Nigeria and know what we need. If you want, as entrepreneur, you want to establish business, or you want to do something, you will look at the location, the area, what they need. So this Baba know that in Nigeria, we're familiar with a farm, so he produce farm tools. You can see cutlass, hose, axe, sickle, and so on. That is a farm tools. Also, loom, the ashoke. Some people are call it ashofi. It's good during wedding ceremony and during burial, or when you have an occasion. So this Baba is the one that do it. It will come out in pieces, as you are seeing it here. It will come out in pieces, later given to fashion designer. This is a complete of a woman. This is a wrapper, buba, bele, and gele. Not only work that we are doing. This is a canvas. Yoruba call them agbegileri. This is a relaxation chair. The small one, the grandpa will sit down in the evening time, and the grandson will sit beside him when the mama will be in kitchen and tell him story.
I want to encourage everyone to come to the National Museum of Unity. Not just the National Museum of Unity, but museums all over Nigeria. We need you to come in and see what we have here. Majority of the people have this notion that what we have there and things that has to do with rituals. I want to debunk that. We have never done rituals before, and we don't intend to. We kept this object here for educational purposes, for entertainment, for research, and for people to learn about what our forebears left for us, especially the children. We want to teach them about a way of life of a people, material evidence of a people that have lived before us. And so we ask everyone to please come into the museum and come and learn about our culture. Our culture is dynamic. Our culture is a way of life of a people, and we as Nigerians, we need to project our culture so that our culture will not go into extinction.